Hi guys, 18 Dapper here and welcome to the latest matchday preview. It's Walsall versus Doncaster Rovers in League 2. Let's get the video started. So guys, welcome to the latest matchday preview, Walsall versus Doncaster Rovers in League 2. If you're an existing subscriber, thank you so much for supporting the channel and continuing to do so. If this video has brought you to the channel and this is the first one that you've watched, please consider clicking subscribe if you enjoy this sort of content. And if this is the first video that you've seen on this channel, this is the format that we go through match previews. We'll look at previous meetings between the two clubs, current form across all competitions. I choose a Doncaster Rovers player to say a few words about, and then I choose the opponent's one to watch. But as I always say, you know your club much better than I do. So if there's somebody else who should be in and around that conversation at that point, get them in the comments down below. And then we finish the video with three predictions: the predicted team lineup thanks to FanHub, the predictions league table that me and the family are doing, and then the score prediction at the very end to round the video off. So without further ado, let's get into previous meetings. So previous meetings, Walsall and Donny have faced off a total of 67 times in our history, and Walsall edge it with 34 wins, Rovers with 24, and we've only drawn 9 of the occasions that we've met, so expect one team to win tomorrow. Drilling down into the more recent 5, and it's relatively even. We go back to the 18-19 season in League 1, and Rovers had a positive season against Walsall with a 4-1 victory at the Bescot and then a 3-1 victory at home. And then in 2021 we met in the League Cup and it was 0-0 draw, which Rovers then won on penalties. And then last season in League 2, Walsall did the double over us with a 2-0 win at the Eco Power and then a 2-1 win on the final day of the season. So not much to split us in the more recent history, but Walsall have the edge overall with those 34 wins out of the 67 encounters. On to current form as well, not much to split us in this one. A positive graphic, which is very rare this season. No red at all in the 10 games that Doncaster and Walsall have played recently. Donny with a draw, a win, a draw and 2 wins. Walsall looking for a 5th straight victory. They've drawn and then 4 wins on the bounce. So 2 informed teams going head to head tomorrow. Donny, we're in our best form for some time with that 5 unbeaten. I can't remember when we last went 5 unbeaten, so it'd be nice to continue that and get it to 6 unbeaten. Again, I'd take a draw before a ball's kicked, but obviously more points on the board the better. But yeah, recently good performances have matched the results and the team looks to be clicking, which is good, because I think we need to be looking more towards next season. I think if we end positively, we can really look forward to a positive season next season. Recently though, the opposition hasn't been the strongest, in fairness, and I think this game will be really a true test of where we're at as a team at the moment. Walsall, a very good team, and as you can see with the 4 wins on the bounce, it's going to be a real true test away from home. Our relegation worries have certainly been eased over the last couple of weeks with that 5 unbeaten run, but it's a very busy month coming up, and I think we just need to continue picking points up. We've got, I think it's 5 away games, obviously Walsall tomorrow, Bradford midweek, Crewe at home the weekend after, Colchester away, Swindon away, Forest Green at home, Crawley away. So yeah, busy month with plenty of away games, so we just need to try and pick up as many points as possible. On to Walsall, they are currently the top form team in the table in the last 6 with 4 wins and 1 draw and 1 defeat, and that run of results season climbing to the final playoff place, currently sat in 7th. They're much stronger at home as well than they are away. It's only 3 defeats all season from the 17 played at home, so as I mentioned, it's going to be very tough to get a result from Walsall tomorrow. There's plenty of attacking threat in their team as well, but they are a little susceptible at the back too. They've got the worst goal difference in the top 7, so I think we need to try and capitalise on that and try and hit them. But yeah, very good team going forward. Obviously Mo Fall decided to leave Doncaster and join Walsall. Is he going to return to haunt his former team as it so often happens? we know what he's about. Hopefully we can nullify that threat, but there are other threats within the Walsall team that we need to watch out for. On to player profile. So for this one, I've gone with our newest signing, Maxime Biamou. He came in Tuesday or Wednesday this week. A free agent, 33 years old, centre forward, and I think he's been on trial with the club for a couple of weeks, a week or so. So he must have impressed, and he's been out of football for quite a while, year and a half, 2 years I think, and he seems hungry. He seems like he wants to get back to his best. He wants to prove himself and show what he's all about. So he's been given a short-term deal. I think it's very low risk for Donny. Maxime's got an opportunity to show what he's about and potentially become longer term in the summer. And from a squad perspective, I think he probably offers a little bit more than what Goodman does at the minute. I think sending Goodman out on loan to get a bit more experience is a good move. Obviously Maxime's got experience and pedigree at a championship level, although he's not played in football for quite a while. He's been there and done it, so I think he has got that experience, and I think he'll give a decent amount of competition to Joe, and also it gives Grant an option if Joe's not feeling quite 100%. We don't need to flog him. It's a season with very little left to play for, so I think it's a good move, and I'm looking forward to seeing what he's all about. He looks big, strong centre forward. So welcome to the team, Maxime, and hopefully you hit the ground running and help us on the way to a successful end to the season. Moving on to the opponent's one to watch. As I said earlier in the video, you know your club much better than I do, so please, if you don't agree with this, get your pick in the comments down below, and educate me on Walsall. But for this one, I've gone with Emmanuel Adebayor. I hope I've pronounced his second name right. It's a tough one, but I've gone with Emmanuel because he's only recently come into Walsall and he has improved them so much. I think he's only played 4 games since joining from Norwich on loan in January, scored 3 goals, and as a centre back, already scoring 3, he's really improved the attacking threat that they've got, but is also kind of solidifying them defensively. They're not conceding quite as many, and obviously their decent run of form has coincided with Emmanuel joining, so there's clearly something about him. Looks a decent player, but over his career he's only played 38 games across different levels of football, 6 goals, 3 of those coming at Walsall already, and 2 assists. So I think he's got a positive future to his career, and I think he's definitely one to watch tomorrow, especially with him hitting a little bit of a purple patch in men's football with 3 goals in 4 appearances. So for me, the one to watch for Walsall tomorrow, obviously we'll have to keep an eye on Mo Fowl, but I've gone with Emmanuel Adebayor. Moving on to the predicted team lineup. This is thanks to FanHub. If you've not downloaded the app yet, please go ahead and do so. Plenty of features to get your teeth stuck into. I use it mainly for predicting the lineup, and I've gone with unchanged from the win against Wimbledon. So I'm going low to Tyler in goal, a back 4 of Sterry, Anderson, Wood and Maxwell, a midfield 3 of Craig, Bailey and Biggins, with Molyneux, Adelaken and Ironside as the front 3, with Molyneux and Adelaken slotting back into the midfield if need be. And I think it's a squad that's worked. Obviously Sterry picked up an injury, Adelaken picked up an injury as well against Wimbledon, so they may be 50-50. It was only dead leg, and I think Sterry's been stitched up anyway, so I think there's a good chance that we will go unchanged. So yeah, hopefully that's the 11 that can get us something from the best Scot tomorrow. On to the Predictions League table. So if you're new to this, me and the family predict the scoreline for every single league game. If we get it spot on, we get 3 points. If we get the outcome of the game right but not the scoreline, we get 1 point. If we get it completely wrong, we get no points. And Chris and Max went with the right outcome but not the right score. Me and my dad went with draws against Wimbledon, so 1 point added to Chris and Max. They pulled a little bit closer to me in first. I'm currently top of the table on 27 points, Chris and Max in second and third on 16 and 15, and Dad getting cut adrift a little in fourth on 10 points. And that takes me on to my score prediction, the all important score prediction. And it's a tough one. Obviously Walsall in really good form, they're strong at home. Our away form's not great, and decent runs won't last forever, and I think unfortunately this is where ours will end. Walsall looking really positive. I just think they'll be a little bit too strong for us tomorrow. I think it'll be tight, but I think they'll just have that a little bit too much. So I'm going Walsall 2, Donny 1. I hope I'm wrong. I hope we get a point. I'd be ecstatic if we brought all 3 home. But yeah, I think it's just a tough game that we probably won't have enough to get the 3 points out of. So I'm going 2-1 to Walsall. And that's where I'm going to leave this video. If you enjoyed it, stick a big thumbs up on it for us, please. Comments in the section down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. As always, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.